Hey friends, welcome back. We're gonna talk this week about some of our favorite places to eat at Disneyland. That includes old favorites that we still love and enjoy a ton and are excited to go back again at some point too. Some new favorites that we were really delighted by and excited about. And some old favorites that took a hit a little bit and went down on our list of favorites.
We kind of lost the favorite status.
And we're just looking forward to having a chat, just Carrie and I with you about those dining spots in Disneyland this week.
So like we said, we're going to talk to you about some of our recent Disney dining experience and then talking about some of our favorites from the past. I think it might be worth noting, I don't know if all of our viewers go to Disneyland all the time and what they know about Disney dining, but
I'm sure a number of them go to Disney World, but maybe have never gone to Disneyland.
Yeah, I mean, it's a similar experience as far as food, but I know that we have a lot of family members who, when we talk about Disney dining, they have a puzzled look on their face, and I think some people who just don't go to Disneyland as often don't realize that the dining is amazing.
Honestly, for me, as I've gotten older, it's like half of what I look forward to.
Oh, I think it's more than half. Yeah.
I love the rides. I love the vibe and everything there, but I always get excited about what do they have right now? What's a seasonal treat?
Yes.
What are they serving and where do we need to go?
So I think that some people just think theme park food, you know, pizza, hot dogs, all that kind of stuff. Of course they do, but that's not what Disney dining is about.
Yep.
They have amazing, amazing food. So if you don't know that, make sure that you take note of some of the places that we're going to tell you about so you can be prepared for your trip. I think we want to first talk about some of our go-to places, the places we always go when we go to Disneyland. And when we say Disneyland, we mean Disneyland, California Adventure, and anywhere on the resort.
Yeah, and I got a little list right here that we worked on just before starting this.
Yep.
But mostly we want to hold our conversation with you and with each other right now, because that's really what we want. We want this to be conversational. Yeah.
So we'd love to hear in the comments what you agree with, what we're talking about, what you disagree with, and what we missed, because it's impossible to hit all of the restaurants, but we're just telling you mostly the ones that stood out to us.
Yeah, and if you have any hot takes that disagree with us completely, we want to hear it.
Yeah, you probably will, because we have some opinions. What would you see as our number one go-to?
I think every time we go to Disneyland, we always go to Jolly Holiday.
Yeah.
Because they have our favorite treat there, our favorite snack, the Mickey Raspberry Rose Macaron.
Yes.
And it is just, when we first got it years ago, Carrie saw it on the menu like, oh, that sounds good. It has rose flavor in it. What? Honestly, you don't taste any rose. I don't like to eat flowers or to taste flowers in my food. Not a lavender fan, not a rose fan, none of that stuff. And I took my first bite.
Yeah.
And it was glorious. Glorious.
Fresh raspberries. I think it has lemon curd in it, doesn't it?
No lemon curd. That's the one at Disney World at Leal.
Oh.
Remember that?
Oh, I love Leal, but that's another video.
Yep. But this one has like a raspberry rose maybe flavor in the ganache and the cream, but there's fresh raspberries on it, which is what makes it amazing.
And it's shaped like a Mickey head, and it's huge. It's like this big.
And it's got a pretty little like gold or purple painted stripe on it. Yeah, that's one of our favorite spots to go, because you can also get a quick meal there. You can get a cup of coffee, a latte, an espresso. And it's just a great place to sit down right on like the hub of Main Street. It's a great place to grab a quick bite. They have a great like meal where you can get like a grilled cheese sandwich with tomato soup. Yeah. It's just a great place to sit down, check out the crowds, just see the castle. It's just enjoy the vibe of it.
It's not super expensive.
No,
it's just a walk up and order, or you can mobile order. Although last time the macarons were not available on mobile order.
Yeah.
So we went in. Yeah, there's a whole video about that.
Pro tip.
Yeah.
Get the Raspberry Rose Mickey Macaron earlier in the day, because they do sell out.
Yeah.
Yep.
It can cause tears. Rancho del Zocalo.
Yeah.
It has so many yummy options. I mean, we eat Mexican food all the time. Order at the counter. Yeah. There's enchiladas. There's tacos.
Tons of seating.
I love their chicken salad. It has a really yummy dressing.
And the one of the cool things is we sat down right on one of the seats that's like right on the other side of the wall that you can see through. Big Thunder Mountain, the train comes, that's where the ride ends. And so it's just kind of fun to see that too.
Yeah, it's a really nice eating spot.
Yeah, great food. They have a good horchata. They had a horchata cold brew when we were there. That was really good, but lots of options. Another one of our favorites that we typically always go to, and this one's not in the parks, it's in downtown Disney, it's Jazz Kitchen or Jazz Kitchen Express. And the food at the sit-down restaurant is so good.
Yeah.
My opinion, at least I think our opinion, one of the best restaurants on property there.
The nice thing about Jazz Kitchen also, besides the fact that the food is delicious, is that it's a really fun atmosphere. You really feel like you're in New Orleans.
Yep.
So I've been to New Orleans before. It just is decorated just like one of the restaurants there where it's outdoors and there's beads and there's balconies.
If we don't do the sit-down version of Jazz Kitchen, we usually do the Jazz Kitchen Express, which you can just walk right up. It's a walk up. You can order it and then take your food, sit down outside, or take it to go somewhere else. You can get the beignets, which are the best beignets in Disneyland.
Yes.
I think best beignets Disney makes, period. Or at least that's served on Disney property, period.
That could be arguable. Let us know what you think.
You can get the beignets there. They have seasonal beignets, and they have po' boys and
gumbo,
jambalaya, all those things they're all really good. But if we don't have time to go to the sit down, we usually drop by the walk up express
for the beignets.
Yeah, and they also have really good bread pudding.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, and we are going to New Orleans in a little less than a year now.
Yeah, March of 2023. There's a viewer cruise with Leg Life and our Z-Roll, and we'll be there. And there's other vloggers that are going to be there, so we hope you can come too.
Lots of friends that we know and met on the last viewer cruise, and some new ones we can't wait to meet. And I think some of you even told us you're going, so we cannot wait to meet you guys.
Yes.
If you're not going and you're interested, I'll put the link in the description of the video to go to the website that Adam from Leg Life set up, so you can get all the information you need about that.
Right. Another restaurant that we usually always go to, we didn't go on this last trip, is Pizza Planet. It has really good pizza.
It's in Tomorrowland.
Yes, it has delicious salads. It has really good pasta. The whole family likes it, and you can share.
You know, parents and 2 young kids, you can easily get like 2, maybe 3 items and share all of it together.
Yeah, that was one of our favorite budget-friendly ones when we were on a tighter budget.
And then another one is Pacific Wharf Cafe.
Ooh, yeah.
California Adventure in the Pacific Wharf area, but yeah, it's they have chili and clam chowder in a bread bowl.
Macaroni and cheese in a bread bowl.
Seasonally, I think they have like specialty soups and bread bowls. They have really amazing seasonal bread pudding. And they have Alyssa's favorite thing, which is a Mickey sourdough head face. And she loves eating Mickey's face.
Well, that sounds weird. But
yeah.
She loves sourdough bread, and she likes to pull off his ears and his nose. And that restaurant had one of my very favorite things I've had at Disney dining, which was that beer cheddar soup in a bread bowl. It was in one time at Oogie Boogie Bash when we went. Oh my gosh, that was so good.
That was really good.
I wish they would have that regularly. Star Wars Galaxy is the Edge in Disneyland also has one of our very favorite, really easy, not expensive meals, which is the Ronto Wraps.
Yep.
So we love the breakfast one. It's delicious. It has like eggs and sausage and like a peppercorn gravy. Yeah, super good on this yummy, soft pita type bread. And then the dinner or lunch one, what does that one have in it?
It's got, it's actually a roasted slice of ham. It's got a pork sausage, I think some kind of coleslaw, and I think it's like the same gravy, peppercorn gravy sauce that's on that one too.
Yeah, we had that last time while we were watching the fireworks, and I don't think we had it on video, but I was so hungry. I just remember it was delicious. We just devoured them. And we devoured them. They're so good. One
of the final things here for our favorite go-to things that we always go to is, if it's some kind of a seasonal, and we talked about this a little bit already, but if there's some kind of seasonal options being served in Disneyland, whether it's in California Adventure or Disneyland Park, Disney Parks blog always has a foodie guide for all the different seasonal times of the year when they have seasonal treats. And we pretty much go to whatever dining location has these seasonal treats, and I make a list of them.
That's why I'm laughing. I'm thinking about your lists.
Yeah, I like lists.
I like lists too, but his lists are crazy for these seasonal treats, and he starts making them as soon as they come out, for Christmas or for Halloween time.
I think a little too much about it.
Yeah. But I'm so thankful that he does, because we get there, and I just remember that first time we had that pumpkin milkshake. I think that was the first really
Flo's V8 Cafe.
Yeah, I think that was the first really memorable seasonal treat that oh man, that was good. And I love pumpkin. But
next we want to move on to some new favorites that we tried for the first time when we went to Disneyland about 5 or 6 weeks ago. And excuse me. And there was 3 places that made this list. The first of these 3 is Tangaroa Terrace. We ate breakfast there. on our resort day when we stayed at the Disneyland Hotel. And it was so good, except for one thing that we got. Everything else was great.
The avocado toast wasn't very good. It wasn't crisp, and it had I didn't like the seaweed flavor on
Just
the
had
avocado
a weird
toast.
flavor combo of like kind of like a sweet Hawaiian bread with really savory, kind of salty toppings, and it wasn't toast. It was very soft.
Yeah. The French toast was delicious and had yummy, yummy sauce. The pancakes were not normal pancakes.
They're like Japanese fluffy pancakes.
It was almost like a souffle.
Yeah, but the French toast looked a lot like, it's like a brick French toast. It looks a lot like the Tonga toast they have over at the Polynesian Resort in Disney World, but there's no bananas stuffed inside. Yeah. I've heard mixed reviews of the Tonga toast. Some people love it, some people can't stand it. The one they have at Disneyland Hotel at Tangier Terrace was amazing.
Really good.
It was really good.
And the prices weren't too bad because it's a order at the counter kind of place, and then they bring it out to you. So it was very tasty. I'll definitely go there again.
Another place that we tried for the first time this last trip was Pim Test Kitchen. I've heard different feedback from other people. Our experience there was so good.
It was one of my favorite experiences actually of the whole trip. And it was our first night.
And the girls like split that giant chicken patty with the tiny little bun.
Yeah.
And we actually asked for the sauces that they put on top on the side because Lindsay doesn't like spicy stuff. So that worked out really good. But they liked that. We love the giant pretzel you get. We like the drinks they had. Oh, I got like a weird banana PB&J toasted sandwich that was actually really good. The panini was really good.
The food, the pretzel especially was so good.
Well, the pretzel was good. The beer cheese they have with it was amazing.
But it was also just a fun vibe. So you had the outdoor seating and the whole Marvel campus, which we're not used to. That's new for us.
And how they really themed that restaurant well.
The theming was excellent.
Yeah.
Super fun.
And then the third on this list is Lamplight Lounge. We had never eaten there before. It's been there for a while.
Yeah.
The last time we ate there was Errol's Grotto, I think. Yeah, which was super fun with our girls. We got like 2 or 3 appetizers. We each got a drink. We really enjoyed it. I think we got enough food from the appetizers to feel like filled up.
Oh, definitely.
And we really took our time there. And we had the best service.
The star of the show was the service.
Yeah.
That experience compares to a few other memorable experiences that sometimes you have these servers that just go above and beyond. They make you feel so special.
Yep.
And sometimes our kids are even like, wow, I hope I see them again. You know, they're such friendly people. The customer service training is so good. They hire excellent people. It is kind of hit or miss because we have friends who also went recently and they didn't have great service. Yeah. Obviously they didn't have Amy because Amy is amazing.
And their experience overall because of that was that they weren't super thrilled about it.
Yeah.
Which was sad because we had such a different experience because our server was awesome.
Yeah, and I worked in restaurants for a long time, and so whenever I go into a restaurant, I always think about how I never liked it when people would come in and just order water and not get very much because you're thinking to yourself, oh, there goes my tip. I'm not going to make much. But it was this vibe there where she was like, just take your time. Like, you don't need to just order what you want. Just get an appetizer. Just get a drink if you want and take your time. So
and she had great recommendations.
Yeah. So I never felt pressured to order more, and she was super fun. Tell us what your experience has been with that recently. Are you still getting great customer service and magic at Disneyland?
Or has it been hit and miss for you?
Yeah.
Kind of going with that theme of hit and miss, we have some old favorites that we were underwhelmed by on this last trip. And with some new places that we also were a little bit underwhelmed by compared to what we had heard before we went. So let's head on that.
Okay. So I think the most obvious one to me was Storytellers Cafe. And I mentioned it in another vlog recently because we had said how much we love Storytellers and how we couldn't wait to go, and we weren't going to vlog it because we have enough vlogs about that. That was not a great experience at all.
Yeah.
One, we had this table next to us that was, I felt really bad for the lady, but she had a bunch of really little kids. It was just her.
I think it was her and like 3 or 4 little girls.
And they were going wild. They were running around, they were screaming, they were throwing things. And it was very loud and obnoxious.
Yeah.
And I mean, I felt bad, but it was like right next to us.
Yeah.
So that was a bummer. We did have good service. He did give really good service. He was really nice. He knew a lot. I had a few questions, and he knew like about just tiny little details about ingredients. So that was great.
There's definitely some things missing from the brunch menu that have been there the 2 other times we had gone the last, 5 years. There seemed to be a lot of dessert options that weren't even there at all.
Yeah, so we should mention Storytellers Cafe for us was brunch.
Yeah.
And that's all we've done there. It is a character experience with Chip and Dale and Minnie and Mickey and
A few others.
Yeah. Which has always been really fun. This time, now they've changed it since then, but it was just them walking around, which was still fun for us.
Yeah.
Our kids are older now. They didn't care as much about interacting, but the food was not as good as it used to be. There was less options, but it was still the same price, which is expensive.
Yep.
A $200 meal.
Yep.
$200 plus tip.
For 4 of us.
For 4 people. And it was like, I mean, the Tango Terrace was way better.
They do have a, I think, 10% discount if you have a Disney Visa card.
Which we do.
Which helped.
Yeah, it helped
but
pay
that
for part of the tip.
Covered the tip and
Not all of it.
Yeah. Not yet, because we're not cheap tippers.
No, of course not.
Oh, they had an omelet station that they don't have anymore either.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
So there was no omelet station. There was no delicious bread pudding with yummy
The bread pudding
sauce.
with the vanilla sauce was missing.
That was not there?
That was a bummer.
Yeah.
And I think what our server had said, if I remember right, is they moved some of those things off the brunch menu and put it, he said, back on the dinner menu.
I know, but we were paying $50 each, and it was just kind of a normal brunch.
Yeah.
It wasn't, there's not anything special about it.
Yeah, they had a few good things like chilaquiles and a few other things like that.
They weren't as good as they used to be.
Yeah, they weren't as good as they used to be.
I love chilaquiles.
Yeah.
They were like,
She's a chilaquiles aficionado.
I knew you were going to say that. I am, actually. We've had them in wonderful places in Mexico and Guatemala and
in the Bay Area when we used to live there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Storytellers used to be really fantastic. I hope it will be again. I don't know if I want to gamble with $200 and go there. I'd rather just go to Tango Terrace.
Yeah, I think the next time we do stay at Disneyland, if we stay at a resort, I think I do want to stay at the Grand Californian. And there's other places there I want to try. Next on our list of places that were just underwhelming to us, we went here for the first time, River Belle Terrace. We had never gone here before. We didn't put this in our vlog. We got the monkey bread that they usually have. They usually have seasonal monkey bread, and it was good.
It was a little dry.
It was a little dry. It wasn't great. That's kind of why I wanted to go there, to try that. But the food we had was good. I think I had a brisket sandwich or something like that, and it was a little greasy, but it was good.
Greasy. I had a salad that had brisket. It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was fine.
Yeah, it's a little underwhelming. That's all.
Fine.
Yeah. And this next one on this list of underwhelming spots for us was Blue Bayou, and we had a reservation to go to Blue Bayou. I'm glad I was online a day or two before that to see that in Blue Bayou they had, because when we went, and even I think currently right now, Pirates of the Caribbean is not running because they're doing a lot of remodeling and renovation in the queue area where you wait in line. And so the ride's not operating, and I was wondering how that would impact, you know, the vibe and the feel inside, because that's part of the awesome aspect of eating at Blue Bayou is that vibe you have of being there and seeing the ride vehicles go by on the water and feeling like you're there in the bayou. I had seen that they had these like blue walls all up where you would normally see like the water, the bayou, and all the stuff,
lightning bugs,
everything. It was blocked from the view.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh no, we're not going there. And I think actually maybe even a week after we were there, they ended up closing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because I think people were just canceling their reservations.
Yeah.
We'll go to Blue Bayou at some point again.
Yeah.
But so we don't hate it. It's very pricey for what you get.
I wish they had more options.
I do too. I wish they had more entree options.
I was going to get the cauliflower. I thought that sounded really good.
That leads us to the next one on our list is Cafe Orleans. I love Cafe Orleans. It's the other restaurant where they have the Monte Cristo, and it's a smaller portion with fries, the pomes frites. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it. I'm sure someone will correct me.
Yeah.
The Monte Cristo this time missed, I think. It just wasn't as good. It was very bready. It wasn't super crispy on the outside. The filling wasn't there as much. The meat and the cheese, it wasn't there as much. There was a few sprinkles of powdered sugar on the outside. And so overall, it just wasn't as good as it normally is.
And it was also, we had an indoor seat.
And we had indoor seating. We love sitting outside there. It's a really cool spot right on the river, overlooking that area where Fantasmic is usually shown. We love that spot. But yeah, just sitting inside kind of made it not as awesome. And the food was good, not great, a little bit underwhelming compared to our experiences in the past.
Yeah. I had the shrimp and grits, and they were good, but Jazz Kitchen's way better.
Yeah.
So if you like shrimp and grits and you're gonna go to Jazz Kitchen, you gotta get that. I would say another underwhelming thing is I've always been underwhelmed by Oga's Cantina. Sorry.
I get it, because the first time we went there, we had to do a stand-up table.
And we were so exhausted, and it's like, oh, yay, it was hot. We get to go inside, we get to sit down, and you wait, and you get in there, and you're like, oh no, you get a standing table.
The drinks are good. They're pretty pricey for what you get.
Yeah.
The food they don't have much food option in there.
No. So Lamplight Lounge is so much better. There's way more drinks, and
you're going to August for the Star Wars vibe.
I know.
And so if you're not into that, it's not really worth it, to be honest.
I mean, it's fun to go there once, but I wish they had coffee there. Because you went out and got me that cold brew and brought it back in, and that made my experience way better.
The Black Calf cold brew, I wish they served it in there too.
Yes, we did have a seat this time, which was so much better. The girls really like it. It is fun, but I think you end up spending at least $50-$60, and all you get is drinks and maybe that old Jello thing.
Yeah,
so,
and you didn't even get a drink this time.
I didn't get a drink
in August.
No.
Yeah.
Because I was being cheap. Like, I don't need to spend $10 on a drink right now. It's not coffee.
The two places I usually go to find out what's new in the food, whether it's Disneyland, Disney World, Disney Cruise, usually Disney World or Disneyland. I usually check out the Disney Parks blog. So if you just type in Disney Parks blog into Google, you'll find it. They always have foodie guides for upcoming special events or seasonal times at both parks. And so that's worth checking out. And they usually have a picture of the new food that's going to be served along with all the new options. Another place to check out, another website to check out is Disney Food Blog, not owned by Disney, but run by a great team of reporters and people who go into the parks every day. They're always trying new food, and they give you the best tips for you to make your own decision. And so
this is your dream job, right?
Oh, that would be super fun. So check those websites out. I'll put those links in the description below as well. Oh, and there's one that I forgot that I think I'm excited to go back to that we didn't go on this last trip, and that's Tropical Hideaway.
Oh, is that where the bao buns are?
They have bao buns, and they have like fancy Dole Whips.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah.
The bao buns.
Yeah, and we didn't get a Dole Whip this last time because the Dole Whip stand wasn't closed, but it was only available with mobile order, and it was an hour wait, and I said, forget it, we don't have time.
I know. See, we didn't even talk about churros. We didn't talk about Dole Whips. There's all kinds of great food at Disneyland, so we know we missed
just
stuff.
assume we like the classic stuff because we do.
Yes.
That's really a lot of our thoughts about dining at Disneyland right now.
Tell us what we really missed. I mean, I know we missed churros, but what are some other things that we should have talked about that are really important to you as far as eating at Disneyland? What do you disagree with that we talked about? What do you think? Where do you love to eat?
We want to pop in really quick to let you know that next Saturday, May 21st, we're going to do our first YouTube Live. We're going to announce who we chose for the YouTube Viewer Giveback. And we're also gonna do in that live Q&A, get to know us kind of thing. The day before the live on Instagram, we're gonna share a story where we're gonna give you a chance to ask questions. So feel free to ask us questions, either myself, Carrie, the girls, all of us as a family, just getting to know us, a little bit about who we are, and we're gonna be excited to share our responses to those questions in the live as well. So we can't wait to see you guys next Saturday right here on YouTube.
So we have lots of fun stuff coming up. We have our YouTube Live coming. We have our Disney cruise coming. At this point, from today's video, it's about 40 days away. We're so excited. We have lots of other fun videos coming up soon too. So make sure you are subscribed, hit the notification bell, and like this video.
And next time we see you guys on YouTube, we'll be live. So we hope to see you there. Have a great week. Take care. Bye.
Bye.